Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in our Ultimate Base 2.0. In the previous episode we took care of this contraption, which is essentially making us a whole bunch of plastics for our future endeavors. I noticed with so many heat producing machines we're gonna run into trouble sooner than later. I need to install another aquatuner to be able to keep the steam turbines cool. So I started to set up this little liquid lock right here. We can take apart these two tiles and also these two. And hopefully this is going to give us a nice liquid lock to work with. Yeah, this should be a vacuum and I can now open this up. Whoops, looks like I accidentally also took apart a couple of pipes. Anyways, we need this ladder, build the thermal aquatuner. I want the liquid to run through both of the aquatuners no matter what. So maybe if I speed this up a little bit, somebody's gonna take care of that before anything bad happens here. Nisbet building the pipes and Jean building the aquatuner. And there we go, just like that, everything is already built. Now we just need to hook it up correctly. So this should be going here and not there, and this should be going here. So now we have the same system, but it's running through both of the aquatuners, and since we're using petroleum, we can stick to the minus 20 degrees. So Nisbet, you gotta make your way out of here, and then we need to rebuild everything, and I believe we did that without any accidents. It's always a pain in the butt to get back into a steam room. And there we go. Did we do it? Yeah, wonderful. There's only steam in there. Oh, I'm so glad. I would say it's now also time to pump up the random liquids here. I'm just gonna set up a pump here in the center, and then we're gonna use some granite pipes or something in order to get the liquids all the way to the top. I'm gonna go over here, all the way up, hop over, and I guess all we really want is to make our way over here and down. Get the liquid vent in the joint there. Yeah, that should already work. Let's give this also some power. And that should already be everything. I'm also gonna replace this bottle emptier. So we are not gonna need that here anymore, but we're gonna place that somewhere in the room up here. As a matter of fact, let's put it right there. And then we're gonna exchange the tile in front of it with a mesh tile. Yeah, and liquid can just go downstairs. Okay, so we're gonna collect the random liquids over here. Then we already have a pump for the polluted water, so we can ship this over without issues. You go up and over and down. We're gonna also get rid of the pitcher pump here, and then we're gonna need another bottle emptier, I guess. How do we do this? I guess we could get rid of one deodorizer, exchange this tile with a mesh tile, and then we're gonna have our bottle emptier here as well. We should still have enough deodorizers to essentially take care of everything. But yeah, once we have the polluted water actually in this place, I also would like to pump out the oxygen, because this room right here is going to be our new source of clay. So I have to be a little bit careful. We could do it here. Let's maybe do it here on this side. And then I guess we could move the oxygen up here. I wonder if I can just join this pipe. Yeah, I'm not sure we're using up the oxygen quick enough. This pipe doesn't even move. Where is it going? It's going to Otto's planet, so every now and then when he's docking the Atmo suits, it's moving. That means since it's moving in this direction and I would like this pipe to have priority, we're going to set up a bridge right there, and that also means we can get rid of this gas pipe. Let's maybe cut the connection here and then we can just get rid of it. Also gonna give power to the pump, and that should be everything. It is hooked up to the system, and technically we shouldn't run into issues with polluted oxygen. But let's imagine it happens as an accident, so maybe we want to implement a system to get rid of the bad gases. So instead of going up, I'm first gonna go down. Yeah, we're gonna build this, and then we're gonna go up. And this way I can set up the usual stuff, namely a gas pipe element centered together with a gas vent. We're gonna go with the high pressure version. We're also gonna need a NOT gate and then connect everything. Did I just build this out of steel? Did not mean to do that. NOT gate out of steel, come on. Connect this, connect that, and I believe if I take apart this airflow tile, I should be able to build everything, right? Currently, the polluted water is incoming here from the main base, so we need to take care of that as well. This should now be going over. So for instance, at this point, we could move over, and then we go up at this point, move all the way over to our liquid vent. Yeah, we should do that, and that means I can actually get rid of this one we can directly hop over here and actually join the pipe we just built. So my polluted water is gonna go here. That is good. However, I'm gonna need to build a couple of ladders to be able to build everything. Oh man, this could be a problem. Not being able to reach everything is a nuisance sometimes. Bottle emptier for random liquids is already in place. Let's actually see. I probably want to select all and then just deselect what I don't want in there. For instance, water. That actually totally reminded me that we needed to replenish our water source. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Looks like the steam vent just turned back on. That is good. We desperately need the water. Oh my gosh, hold the phone. Okay, we still seem to be doing fine. At the moment, I also don't believe we're using the water for our oil wells. Looks like it turned on there for a little bit. But yeah, we're not actively using it right now. So actually we might have to make use of the saltwater guys here in Groista. We could just go ahead, desalinate it and then send it back using the interplanetary launcher. We also still have plenty of water on Groista itself. Oh my gosh, I did not think I will have to hurry with that so quickly. Maybe we should just convert some of our polluted water. Let's think, what else is gonna give us water short term? Maybe we have some mud. Yeah, we have mud and polluted mud. This is good news. We could temporarily use a sludge press. I think I might just go ahead and do that. Anyways, I was about to set this bottle emptier. I believe I want all the liquids in here except for the polluted water. And then the other liquids I'm gonna sort out into different mechanisms. But the polluted water has a purpose in terms of a farm with the deodorizers. There it is, sludge press. We just need a liquid output, no problemo. Can hook it up to a dumping system right away. And then of course we want to convert mud to dirt and water. And we want to do this forever. Then should we build another one for the polluted water? Maybe that is a good idea just to replenish our stuff. So we're gonna run that directly into a water sieve. Just like that. And it's gonna come out at the other end as fresh water that we can put into the system. There we go. That's gonna be a fairly easy fix for our current water shortage, and it's gonna give us the time to adapt. For instance, we definitely have to tap into the cool steam vent, and as mentioned, we might want to tap into the saltwater guys here on Groista. So I'm gonna track mud and polluted mud until we have used it all up. This way I can kind of use it as a deadline for when we have to have another solution. So second sludge press, you're gonna be polluted dirt and mud. And now if we have them at priority 6, I believe somebody should be taking care of it. Yeah, Nisbet, current errand, wonderful. Oh man, looking at this, maybe it's also time to move our storage bins here so they don't keep on emitting. Did we already build one of the systems? Not really. Yeah, still all these pipes to go. Well, I'm gonna be right back once that is done and we actually have started with the transfer of the liquids. Alrighty, we have finished building most of it. We are now pumping up the ethanol as well as the polluted water. I need to be a little bit observant here because I don't really want to pump in the water into the system. And of course we also have all this polluted mud in the storage bins that I don't really want to emit. We are now slowly replenishing our water sources. That is good. I made sure that Otto isn't producing any more oil until we fixed the water issues. I already started with the first basic tiling down here in the cellar. And over the course of the next few episodes, I'm just gonna keep on tiling everything up until I'm happy with the results, so that's gonna be an ongoing process. In Groista, I only really have to wait for everything to melt, which shouldn't take too long. After that, I would like to build a more cozy living module, just in case I ever need to send someone back here. They could go ahead and survive for a couple of nights. And then we have to make a more permanent rat boat solution in order to send everything back home. So still a little bit of work to do here. On the other side with Otto, we are practically done. He can then just remain at the base in order to take care of the oil wells as well as the refinery. I actually rebuilt my liquid lock here because I saw something in the comments that I just read, namely a better solution for the overpressure in the steam room here. If you remember, the polymer presses are producing water and therefore this steam room would be getting more and more pressure. Therefore, I installed the gas pump that would be pumping out the steam at 20 kilograms and just for the time being expel it out of the room. However, a much better solution would be to take the output of the steam turbines as soon as we have too much pressure and actually lead it out of the room so we can deal with water instead of steam which is almost impossible to ship long distances. That means we need a better solution for the excess water. Let's say, for instance, here in the center, we would join these up into a liquid shutoff. Build the shutoff. If we build the shutoff in this place, if we build the shutoff in this place, I only have to make sure we bridge everything up. So bridge here, bridge there. Let me see the flow. This needs to go into this direction and this into the other one. And just like that, order is restored. Liquid shut off. Where are you? Gonna build you out of iron. This should also be profiting. Oh no, I cannot. Oh man, I'm such an idiot. All this preparation and I didn't even realize I cannot place it above the steam turbine. Okay, what we could do is use the output from the steam turbines going into this direction. Instead of a vent, we're gonna have the shutoff in this room. If it goes through the shutoff, it can continue into this direction and therefore be expelled with this pipe right into this pool. So we could even make use of what we've already built. Let's go ahead, connect this and then remove this bridge. We also don't need this liquid vent anymore. Let's actually make our way inside. There, now we can take a liquid shutoff. This needs to be built out of steel since it's in the steam room now. If we have more than enough steam in here, we want to activate the shutoff, open it up and therefore lead the water into this direction all the way up. And if we don't have enough steam yet, we want to turn the shutoff off, bypass it into the vent. All we need is some automation. I'm actually gonna put the sensor over here and then we're gonna lead some wire over, hop over here, and that should be it. We can go ahead and get rid of this guy. We can also get rid of the pump now. Get rid of that and the vent. Wonderful. The shutoff obviously is gonna require a little bit of power. We wanna open the shutoff if we are above 20 kilograms. So that is gonna be our setting for the Atmo sensor. I wonder, we could even have a third aquatuner and then kind of use the contraption in order to create extreme cooling. So far we get minus 13 all the way up to 37 degrees. That is interesting. Is the loop getting this hot here? No, not quite, but I only have 2 radiant pipes. Yeah guys, I'm really tempted to do that. We can then always expand this cooling loop in order to do something extreme. And we have easy access right here. We could just lead it all the way up here, maybe solidify a couple of materials. Interesting. Let's go ahead and craft a bunch more steel. I'm actually already at it. I just need to wait and eventually we're gonna have the materials. In the meantime, I can lead the water all the way up here and join the pipe. Wait, this crossing right here doesn't make any sense. This should obviously be a bridge and we have these guys separated. Wonderful. Oh, this looks really nice actually, I have to say. Once Marie is done sweeping up all the materials, I'm actually going to relocate her living module. I would like to combine everything together that is necessary for a duplicate to survive. And then just for shits and giggles, since we recently installed enough solar panels to kind of go crazy, a transit tube system to kind of wrap everything up. I know, it would have been useful to actually do that from the beginning, but only in the previous episode I was wise enough to install enough solar panels to actually accomplish this. Okay, I installed the third aquatuner, everything is running again. I had to exchange this row here with airflow task because I was getting some overpressure damage with the oil. It was a freaking mess to clean up, but we're now up and running. Now what we can do is take this really cold cooling loop and cool down the liquid here, which in turn would freeze the water over so we can easily separate it from the rest of the liquids. I think I might actually go ahead and just test this out. So let's go into here, take some of our aluminium, and we're gonna build a whole bunch of radiant pipes. How much materials do we even have? 50 tons, wow. Then we swap back to insulated pipes and we go down at this point again. Now I think another thing I want to implement is a limitation for the polluted water. We don't really need any more polluted water than we can see here. So maybe we're gonna set up some automation here. Let's say if we detect some polluted water, then we wanna go ahead and actually turn it into fresh water in our purification system. The purification system I would like to move over here. At the moment we can see it right there, but it's not very convenient, especially with all the piping we already have going on. This is also kind of ugly, so maybe it would be nice to utilize this area for the purification. I'm gonna go ahead and move the transit tube system 1 block to the right. Okay, I would say we're gonna plan out the future module for Grow Vista. It should be fairly small and only have the necessities to survive comfortably. I'm actually thinking about starting the module over here. And we're gonna start by tiling out the ugly edges here. We're gonna insulate the module with igneous rock. And since we have 65 tons of refined gold already in this world, I think we're just gonna build gold tiles. So first things first, we're gonna need a bedroom. That is gonna include a comfy bed. It's also gonna include a flower pot. There you go. Gonna separate this with a gold door. Next up, we want a mess hall. This should be fairly large. Actually, I already forgot again. The Great Hall, minimum size 32 tiles. So about this wide. Okay, we can absolutely provide. Another gold door to separate this. Also, a flower pot would look nice. And finally, a water cooler. The next tile is going to be our ladder system. And after that, we're gonna have another room, which is going to be the bathroom. We want a laboratory and we also want a sink. As a matter of fact, let's also build this out of gold. Everything gold. Made it one wider so we can accommodate a flower pot in the middle. It's gonna be another gold door and then we just expand the ceiling and that's probably gonna be our module. For style, I'm gonna make the indoor walls out of plastic. Now let's see, we're gonna need a bunch of ladders in order to be able to build everything. Yeah. We are going to have our oxygen coming in from this side. Now what else do we need to survive and have fairly high morale? We're gonna need atmo suits and transit tubes. Maybe a triage cot or massage table. Definitely a exosuit forge. Canister emptier and that's it. Okay, so let's say this is gonna be our next floor. Can we have a transit tube here? Yeah, definitely. This could go right there. We go out this way, transit tube crossing. We can then have our atmosuit checkpoint right there, including 2 atmosuit docks, which is perfect for 1 person. We can have our canister emptier right there. We will also need access to a water sieve, and I'm gonna leave 1 space out. We're gonna need to store some sand to supply the water sieve. Now I totally forgot about a place to store the food. I believe we can have it in this room. So maybe I'm gonna move the water cooler over and we can have a ration box. So I also wanted a triage cot just for emergency. We also wanted an exosuit forge. And finally a massage table, which would leave me more space. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rearrange these. We're gonna first have another storage bin for reed fiber in order to fix the atmo suits. Then the exosuit forge, and after that the triage cot and the massage table. Wonderful, let's get this built out of the way. Just gonna make sure we can actually access it, and yeah, I guess I'm just gonna wait for this to be built. In the meantime, we are continuing to pump up all the liquids, and after that is done, I guess I'm gonna do some more plastic stuff. At the moment, Otto is collecting the last remaining materials. After that, I still have to dig everything up here. But we're pretty much done with him. The only thing I would like to change still is make him power independent, so I'm gonna give him a couple more batteries, remove the coal generator and add more solar panels. We can actually already test the glass forge. Is this idea gonna work? Let's maybe do 5 crafts and see what's happening. Maybe we even want to set up a storage bin here with a little bit of sand. That would make sense. Let's actually do that. Some sand for the glass forge. There we go. Nisbet is going for it. Give me some molten glass, and it is dropping in here. Ah, wonderful. And yeah, there we go. It is actually cooling down rapidly. Alrighty, I went a little bit nuts and added another module. As you can see here, I'm gonna explain in just a second. I actually had to exchange the oil with petroleum because oil was freezing over too quickly. This is now also overflowing, so I thought, why not go ahead and actually separate out the liquids? At least to a certain point. I still want to keep some of them in place, but essentially we could go ahead and filter out the liquids into various reservoirs and process them from there. On the top here, I built a exact replica of what we had built right there. This is our cleaning system. We built that pretty early in the series. It functioned well and I don't see a reason to actually change it. So maybe before I forget, I should copy over the settings and get these working just like we had. I'm also gonna install a gas pump here. We're gonna close off this room, pump it out, and then through this gas vent I'm gonna provide it with some chlorine in order to do the cleaning. This is then going to be sealed off, and here at the bottom, reachable from the same transit tube access as we use for the metal refinery, we can also reach all of these liquid reservoirs. Not that we really need to reach them, but you know, I kind of figured it would be convenient to have this nearby the mixed liquid pool. I want to change a little something here with my piping. My intention is to bring these two pipes one block upstairs. I should be able to wiggle my way around here. This way we will be able to raise the polluted water pipe as well, and then we have the space for another pipe to route through here. Thinking about it, the way we set this up, it would filter out polluted water from normal water, but is this really necessary? I mean, the polluted water here is full of germs anyway. Yeah, you know, I'm not so sure anymore, but just in case, I mean, it's better to have the option than not to, right? And power isn't really an issue for us. So if we filtered out fresh water, we would want to bring this upstairs into our water pool. I guess we could easily do it right here, just hop over. So I would be coming out this way, going up, joining up with you, and then the polluted water would be coming out of here, going up and joining up with this pipe. Yeah, we're now finally full. Okay, let's think about how we want to pump out the liquid. Let's say we set up a pump right here. All we would have to do is get a bunch of bridges going. So do this, that, and that. We swap all of these into igneous rock, and oh my gosh, connections go away. So we get out of here and start sorting the liquids. We have, for instance, oil, we have ethanol. Ooh, this is not going to be very space efficient. We then maybe have salt water or brine. I'm not just brainstorming here. I want to see what happens if we arrange it like this. Okay, it would actually look nifty. Yeah, I mean, why the heck not? I think I want to get this built. And obviously to do so, we're gonna need a whole bunch of ladders. Okay, nice. Looking forward to this. I'm gonna be right back once we sort out the liquids and actually are finished with this room. And then we'll see where to take it from there. Actually, one more thing we are already gonna add as a little reminder is a hydro sensor. So if I don't detect any liquids, then I also don't want the pump to be activated. I only want to pump out the liquids as long as we have enough. This way I can ensure I can always forge something with the glass forge and have liquid to cool down the glass. So I think that is gonna be important. Hook this up to the pump. I'm gonna set the sensor to send a green signal if we detect more than 1 kilogram of water in this tile. Alrighty, I decided to redo the filters a little bit. I found a better strategy. I also reduced the amount of cooling pipes we'll have for the pool to 2 radiant pipelines. So right now we're pumping out the liquids. They go into the first filter, come out at this end, go into the second filter, come out, go into the third one, into the fourth one. The filtered liquid is gonna come out at this spot, like so, and all we have to do is bridge over. So from the throughput of the first filter, hop over into the next filter, and so on and so forth, and from the output we hop out towards the top. Now I can just go ahead and set up my pipes. Let's see if we can do this in a reasonable way. Come up here, go down there, and you would be coming up here and go over. I'm gonna have to give this a little bit more space, even though it is a little bit wiggly, but there we go. This now actually adds up. And oh yeah, conveniently enough, after the fourth filter we can just hop over into this pipe in order to put the liquid back, because we haven't quite sorted it out yet. Now I can just hop over into the individual reservoirs. Let's see, we could maybe save a little bit on space if we did it like so, and then use a bridge to hop over to the second reservoir. And then same thing right here. I'm gonna go into this reservoir and then hop over here and go into the second one. Now at a certain point the reservoirs are going to be full, and I wonder if I should make a dumping line. I mean, all we really have to do is combine these lines with bridges. Yeah, no backflow should be possible. So if we do something like that and then combine the two lines, we're golden. Now I need to have the outputs in mind. Can I still get the liquid out of here? At the moment, yes. But I guess for now we're gonna wait with the overflow. Let's just get this built. Man, this place is packed with pipes. I love it. In the meantime, over on Growista, we're making some progress. I decided to make the module a bit larger, since I want to accommodate plenty of water for the oxygen production. One question is, are we going to cool this module down? I think it's necessary. I mean, this guy here has been heating up over a long period of time. But yeah, as you can see, I'm also installing the transit tube system that is going directly into the living module, and it will also be going up to the permanent rocket location. It just occurred to me what we could do is have the overflow go back into the dumping system. That might actually be quite easy. I have all this piping that I don't need. I can just bridge over to this slot. That means I can use the space here at the bottom for a bypass. Let's say I'm coming up here. So we bypass the reservoir in case it is full and go back into the dumping system. We need to do the same thing here. Bypass, and then we need to make sure to have bridges so they don't flow back into the wrong reservoir. And we need one bridge for each of the outputs, and then at the end we can combine them. And back into the system you go. Wonderful, so many pipes. And it kind of makes sense if nothing else. Filters are in place. Let's sort out a bunch of things. Crude oil, for instance, and then ethanol would be next. Anything else? I don't want to sort out the water. Maybe salt water and brine. No, actually, these liquids, we should rather automatically desalinate. So maybe the overflow isn't supposed to go back into the dumping system, but first visit a desalinator. We just don't really have the space for it, do we? What if we had a desalinator and potentially even a water sieve in this place? Yeah, I think this wouldn't even be the worst of ideas. We can have a desalinator here and then mesh tiles. Of course, I first have to get rid of the drywall. My bad. For instance, instead of this plastic ladder, we can have the hydrosensor. Yeah. And there we go. Just like that, we have the space for a water sieve and desalinator. This is actually really good news, guys, that we can use the space this way. Otto is now completely done with the side tasks on his world, and therefore he's back at the oil refinery. This is good news. Okay, nice. The pump is running. We're sorting out the crude oil at the moment, and once we've pumped out enough, this liquid vent should also be working again. And then we're also gonna sort out the ethanol. In the meantime, I'm still pumping out the air of this area. What I would like to do is set up another liquid reservoir that we're gonna add to our cooling loop. So right now our cooling loop is just going back into the aquatuners, but I would like it to go through the mixed liquid room first. So it's gonna go through here, and then it's gonna come down into a liquid reservoir, so we have a little bit of a less volatile margin of temperature going on. And only after that it's gonna go back into the aquatuners again. So yeah, let's continue with this shebang a little bit. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, we're now almost completely done with the project. I just love the pipe work. It is now time to activate the water sieve as well as the desalinator. This pipe right here is going to be the input for the various liquids, so it just hops over here and flows towards this vent. Then another input we have is this pipe right here that goes into the cleaning system from this side. And then if we want to go into the same system from the right side, there is a pipe as well. So for instance, after water sieving the polluted water, it can go up here and then joining this pipe going all the way over into the cleaning system. As of this point, it goes up into my freshwater tank, and that's basically it. We still have 2 more filters that we could activate in order to sort out some liquids. And right now the saltwater and brine are just cycling, which is not good, which is why I want to activate the desalinator. So that's the only thing we still have to build in terms of pipes. Say if we have this pump activated, we want it to go into the water sieve. We then move up and over. That should be it. In terms of the salinator, we now want to hop over here instead of joining up with the pipe. So we don't just cycle it, but we actually continue along the way into the desalinator, then move over and up here. Actually, let's join them like so. Both these processes are going to result in fresh water, which is then going to be cleaned and then going into my tank. I also prepared a little gas pump here for the chlorine. Hopefully we're only gonna be getting chlorine. Yeah, oh no, we also get carbon dioxide. Ah, that is unfortunate. So I'm gonna have to take a little detour. No problem. Okay, things are moving along. I cut the pipe because we're not quite ready yet. Come on guys, install the filter. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Now we can send this through and only get the chlorine. Good, fill up my room. Wonderful. That should already be enough to get things started. So we can connect this again and let the materials flow through. Actually, I might have forgotten to hook them up to power. Yeah, well, you look at this. No power. My bad. Also, I just noticed this should be hooked up to the pump here. And we want the pump to run if we detect above 1 kilogram of polluted water on this level. We're actually already through with our mud. This went really quickly, but that means we can get rid of it. Okay, fresh water coming out of the desalinator. That is wonderful news. It is going over into the cleaning system, which should be open right now. Yes, filling up the reservoir, after that cleaning it and then letting it into the main water system. Great, I like it. Now I can actually get rid of these liquid reservoirs. I just needed them to make the water sieve and the desalinator functional. I also took myself the liberty of filling up a liquid reservoir with petroleum from Otto's planetoid. And this is what I now want to hook up to the cooling loop. So we are coming from this side. I want to connect to right here and cut this connection. And then we do our loop-de-loop through the mixed liquids. Honestly, guys, this is more of an experiment. This is not really the most useful thing I've ever built. But yeah, I wanted to have some fun, as you can see from the piping work. So now we first of all need to cool this down dramatically, the petroleum in this tank. But it's for a good cause. Are we actually already full here? Yeah, look at that. We have no more space. That means we can get rid of this system again. To wrap it up, let's maybe check the progress here on Groista. Not too shabby. We still have lots of room now to make things as comfortable as possible. But once we're done with this module, we should be able to take this apart, completely free everything up, and then it's just the Rapple collectors we have to take care of. Wonderful. I like how things are developing. This is really good news. Everyone is doing what they're supposed to. Okay, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.